I have other questions. If you have unlimited resources and time in the world, what kind of a bag would you make? What kind of material would it be? And who would it be for?
I thought about this a lot,
Hmm.
and I think I've worked in the luxury sphere, but I think I'm a little more of a pragmatic person, and I
Hmm.
think I would make, you know, a kind of backpack that was durable and useful and that everybody could use or I could at least give to everybody. I think I would like to do something that would increase mobility for all kinds of people.
Mm.
Not
Mm.
just and something that would almost be, if not free, would be given away or in some way.
Mm.
If I had unlimited resources, I would
Yeah.
help people carry stuff to the places they needed to get them. I think that
Mm.
would be even like a bike bag or a pannier for
Right.
people trying to gain mobility in third world countries or those lines. I think that would be interesting. I
Right.
mean, there's enough luxury
Yeah.
bags. I'd like to do something that um, would just be
It's for
practical
everybody,
for everybody if I had
for
unlimited
everybody.
resources.
That's cool. What would you do differently post coronavirus, you think?
Um, I don't know. I guess
Are you guys opening up soon, or you're kind of working on your own at the moment?
I'm working on my own, and I am working at Isaac 3 days a week. I had to,
Right.
they would have put me to work more, I believe, but I still have my responsibilities as well, and that's part of the reason
Mm.
I've had to hire on help. But I think I think that post coronavirus is just going to be more work for me in this sphere. Not only the
Hmm.
PPE, but I think reshoring everything. That's something that we've all talked about a great deal.
Yeah, yeah. Hmm.
But I think a lot of this stuff is going to turn into almost just supply chain necessity in the same way that like berry compliance is for like military fabrics. And there's this
Mm.
amount of things that like we like almost are demanded to be on our own soil because of access in case of a crisis. And I
Right,
think a lot of that is gonna, whether or not it's just, I know we talk about shoes and a lot of the things that I think we make are deemed as not particularly necessary.
right,
Um, Not immediately, you know what I mean?
right.
I don't make high end bags. I think that a lot of that is going to become more pragmatic, and I think a lot of that's going to get reshored. But it's also going to be um, there's going to be a lot more need in general. So maybe whether teaching
Mm.
or whether the kind of products that I'm making changes,
Yeah,
but I
yeah.
think sewn goods and soft goods and a lot of the stuff that in the 1970s, I think it was 95% of all that stuff was made here.
Me here. Hmm.
Now it's five. So
Right.
it's that ratio is going to change.
Yeah, that
There's
would, I hope so. I really hope so.
and I think
Yeah.
now, and not just in that boutique way, where
Right.
like
Like
U.S. products I think have a boutique feel to them, and I
right
think
now, yes.
yeah, I think it's just going to turn back into an expectation
Right.
for
Right.
basic
Okay.
services.
Yeah, yeah. All right. I can't wait what's gonna come out of your shop. Um, what is, I think we talked about it a little bit, but what's your favorite leather to work with?
I did say Pergamena, which is good.
Yes,
Yeah, I did. I got to
from New
plug,
York.
but
Yes.
I like I like heavier leather, and I like
Mm.
that veg tan, but a little bit tumbled and soft. I don't like really heavy stuff,
Mm.
but I like it when
Hmm.
it's drapey, but then it's not spongy. It's something that's pert.
Right.
When you skive it, it doesn't stretch. It
Mm.
splits beautifully. It doesn't
Hmm.
swish around. I
Hmm.
made a tote for them uh, out of this kip that they have, this kind of dry black kip, and I really like it.
Hmm.
I
Mm.
have it around. I have a top kit I made out of it for my wife. But
Ooh, nice.
yeah, I like working with natural leathers.
Hmm.
And I used to wear,
Jer Jarek says Horween. How about
yeah,
Horween?
my students. Horween. I worked with a lot of Horween at
Do you
Shinola.
like it?
I
Hmm.
did not. Don't believe the hype.
Mm.
And there was a couple. Yeah, sorry. There's a couple products we got, and they've been around for a long time. I went through there
Hmm.
in Chicago. I've seen it, and there was this one particular product that it stretched too much. When I would go to cut it, it always just wanted to flip a little on the end. It just wasn't
Oh.
wasn't a stable leather, and
Hmm.
like stuff that's like you can cut it and it's really stable. And I mean, I don't know if anybody else experiences this, but you know, when you cut chrome tan and you can just hear
Yeah.
the hair in it, and you can
Yeah.
hear them like dulling your knife, like
Yep.
you hear
Yep.
like a scratchy noise
Yep.
and
Yep.
just hear your knife getting duller. I don't like that. So what I do
Right.
like is nice veg tan leather, and as you're cutting it, it's not, you can hear the it's stable, but it's not falling apart.
Right.
So
Very
yeah,
cool. I think
yeah.
someone was saying that they have veg tan now
Who? Horween?
at Horwin.
Yeah, I think they
Yeah.
do, but
Mm.
I mean sometimes
I've
they.
never used it before, so
I think they
from
had
them.
veg over chrome too.
Okay,
So
veg over chrome.
yeah,
Okay.
you can do it a second time to give it the veg tan feel, but
Oh, that's
yeah,
not the same.
no, it's
No,
not.
that's not the
It is.
yeah.
Maybe I could be wrong. If there's anybody out there who's a leather chemist and tells me I'm wrong,
Yeah.
I'm completely comfortable with that.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. But
Uh,
I see. And you were mentioning something in Italy. Was it like leather from Italy that you work with? Or is that
uh,
like a client work?
the client was working with Tempesti, which I do like,
Okay. Hmm.
and they actually have, because this particular client, that's true. Veg tan does take longer to make, but
Bergamina, yes. Yeah.
yeah, Tempesti has a nice veg tan that has like kind of a natural feel, and
Mm.
um,
Is-
National Record Day, huh? That's cool. So,
Oh,
uh, yeah, but I'm working on some sort of more natural looking products for this one particular client, and the leather he sent me from Tempesti is really nice, and it's really
very
stable,
nice.
and it really
Like,
scuds well. It doesn't warp, when you get
yep,
this and like change the fundamental shape. Especially I'm doing some wallets, and
yeah,
it's just,
yeah.
and then I love it when it's stable. It's my favorite thing. I know it's not a quality people often subscribe to leather, but
Mm-hmm.
when it doesn't stretch and get crappy, that's what
Mm.
I'm.
Ooh, Aki says that we visited with
Oh
students. Wow,
yeah,
that's great.
you guys went there. I forgot. Yeah, I wasn't on that particular trip. Tom Carbone was, who I'm sure you know, and yeah, Tempesti is top, so I'm working with that. Yeah, I like their leather.
Mm,
So
that
um,
is great. Um, do you see yourself and the classes resuming at the university in September? That's like a, I guess it's hard to say when there's so many people from your school there.
yeah,
But
to the best of my knowledge, we are gonna hopefully, and this is still, I'm on the books for September. Aki and I have been talking about that and scheduling and things of that nature. There's also tentatively reopening the studio in the late summer when things are, of course, you know, uh, opened up, with the state and everything like that, and getting our students back in to finish some of their projects. Because, I mean, my classes are very difficult. I mean, I teach makers classes. I teach 201 and
yeah, yep,
just smaller the goods and handbags, or
yep.
other 201 is handbags. And but we were happy.
Question.
Yeah,
Sorry, when the lockdown happened, was there an possibility to do like scheduled time slots for students to come and
no,
work? No, just absolutely lockdown.
cut it down. I had to schedule just to go in to get, to get some materials I left there. I have a little stash spot, and I had to go in and get a couple things, and
Mm-hmm.
just I mean, they shut it down. They shut it down.
Right.
Everybody had to go home, and I've got students who still have their mood boards up on the wall.
Oh, wow.
You
Did
know,
you do a little online course as well?
I did. So I talked with people. I tried to get into. I can pattern make an Illustrator, so I was teaching my students how
Mm-hmm.
to do that. A lot of our stuff is
Mm-hmm.
digital, but
Mm-hmm.
essentially, they'd all gotten through the middle of the semester and had made, first copies or
Yeah.
scalpas of all their stuff. And, so we did take it from, 2D to 3D, and then usually we just spend the second half of the semester making it really nicely.
Right.
You make your first copy and then you make it second.
Yeah,
And there's literally no way. I
to
mean,
do that. Yeah.
even if you have
Oh,
and they don't have skivers, they don't have splitters, they don't have, a
right.
digital cutter. They don't have any.
Right.
I mean,
Right.
there's no way. I mean, if it's a graphic design course, big ups to graphic design, but
Mm.
you can go home and do that. It's a much
On
easier
the computer. Yeah. or on a notebook with your hands. But
Yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
And so
Oh,
Aki, yeah, we did have our seniors. We did send
completed
our
six
sewing machine.
pieces at home. Wow,
Yeah,
we sent them sewing machines to complete. Wow.
they did, and that
Logistics is hard.
yeah,
Yeah.
they definitely did a lot of that. And
Yeah.
so, and there's a
Kudos
lot.
to them.
Yeah,
It's hard.
it's hard. So
Yeah.
good
Oh,
that we did get as much. And so hopefully though that was the seniors, but I mean there's still three other grades that unfortunately, have had
yeah.
limited access. So where our hope
Yeah.
is in August that we can help them complete projects and those who are self motivated enough to come in, and
Yeah.
then I mean we're doing the best we can. So under the
Yeah.
circumstances, but obviously being a maker heavy and obviously a
Yeah.
very equipment heavy department,
Yeah.
you know, same with I'm sure all the welders
Yeah.
and like you can't, a lot of this stuff you just can't do at home.
Yeah.
That's why you pay all this extra
Yeah.
money to go to a
To go to
place
the
like
school.
yeah,
Yeah.
there. And I guess this is a compliment to the facilities there. Obviously, so top notch. It's like you can't just go home and replace
Yeah.
it.
Yeah. Exactly. Right.
Yeah.
Um, somebody asks, where do you see yourself in the next 5 years? Will you still be doing what you do? From H. Cripps Custom.
Yeah, I think I'll still be doing what I'm doing. I've changed careers too many times to do it again. And I'm 42 now, and I just put all this crazy equipment in my house. So, geez, I hope I'm doing the same thing in 5 years. I mean, I think I'll be doing
Yes.
different kinds of products, or I'll be doing some other kinds of things. But oh, hey, Kirk. And then I'll
It's
be
great. You have the space to do it. It's good.
yeah, and that's what we have in Detroit. We have space, and the overhead's low. And my friend, Lincoln, who gave me this equipment, he called me 2 days after I moved in here, and I moved in here because I had a 750 square foot garage that had 220 electrical, and then suddenly I had a reason
Right.
to put it all in. So I
Yeah.
think I
It's
definitely
all meant to
my home.
be. Meant to be.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and you just saw the studio areas. I mean, I think I have a handsome home, and I'm happy and proud to have it. And I have supportive family and my beautiful wife and all that. So I
That's
think
great.
I'm gonna stake my claim here and
Yes.
try to be for as long as possible. I'd like
That's
to
great.
expand. I mean, I've really
I
only
think
been
uh-huh.
to this for 6 months, as it were. There's a lot of planning ahead of it, and I was on my way out the door when you met me last year. This was part of the overall plan, but I mean, I've only had
Yeah.
fully installed for a very short period of time, and I'd like to, in a couple of years, have a real factory. And again, with all of the training and all
Yes.
the things,
Yes.
I have equipment, I
You,
have access to a
yeah.
trained workforce,
Yeah.
and then, hopefully, all I need is the clientele and somebody
Yeah.
to help me. I mean, I'm really good at making. I need someone to help me organize it. So if you're out there,
Sounds good.
yeah.
I'm looking forward. I'm really looking forward. I'm so glad you started this.
Well, and I appreciate you reaching out, and I'm always hearing about Brooklyn Shoe Space.
Oh,
You're always on someone's
I
mind or someone's voice here in Detroit. So you have
oh
a big footprint of your own. So
oh, thank you, thank
in the
you.
yeah
I do want to come and visit Detroit. So once this whole lockdown is over, I'll
yeah,
yeah.
and I know you've
I
had
maybe in the fall.
you have
Hmm?
new family. I think so. Of
Oh
course
yeah, yeah,
that's
yeah.
a lot to take care.
She's like yelling in the back now. Now I'm in a closet space.
Yeah,
It's best Wi-Fi. I'm sitting there now, and
yeah.
yeah.
I've had
Now,
a lot of Zoom meetings and a lot of client calls with children in the background. I think that's the new normal. Yeah,
yes, it is a new normal.
yeah.
It's life. That's
So
what it is.
yeah,
Yeah. All right.
that
I'm
is.
gonna email you
Well,
separately about a possible client, and then good luck with everything that you're doing. I'm looking forward to
yeah,
seeing what you create.
I'm looking forward to seeing you too, and you're always welcome in Detroit. And if you ever do come through, I have a guest room, so we'll talk soon.
Thank you. Thank
Yep.
you.
Bye.
Okay, bye. Thanks for watching.